check the place that's in my window. Well, it's not actually in my window, it's sitting there next to all my CDs. All the old CDs that I used to use when I done DJing. I used to do DJing years ago, and it was always CDs before the software came out. Got them in the corner as well. Tons and tons of CDs that I've held into. Years ago, I used to be a DJ and also a music promoter. And worked in some good nightclubs and also worked in London for a bit at Heaven back in 1990, I think it was, 1991. I think I mentioned that in another video. Heaven nightclub, done a couple of nights there, and it was good. Listening to music tonight, and I'll tell you what I'm listening to. I'm listening to this. Do you know I don't know if you get the TV station, you might get the TV station, now that's what I call 60s, now that's what I call 70s, now that's what I call 80s, now that's what I would call 90s. And they've come out with albums since probably 1980, now that's what I call Music 1. And I think they're up to now that's what I call Music, God knows what it is, probably now that's what I call Music 200 or whatever. But they're doing things like now that's what I call Music Soul, now that's what I call Music Motown, now that's what I call Music 60s. But for some reason this year, there's been a big celebration about about pride around the world, about gay and lesbian things. And I've got to mention that with me being, I'm bisexual, more or less. And I bought that, see it? Now that's what I call Music Pride. And there's 4 CDs in that. My dog's sleeping, Skittles is sleeping. And there's loads of good stuff on it. We've got, we've got loads of good acts on it, put it that way. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't, and I can't see it either, but there's loads of good acts on it. You've got Lady Gaga on it, you've got Village People on it, you've got the Communards on it, I think you've got Donna Summer on it, you've got Diana Ross on it, you've got really lots of good artists on it, you've got Miley Cyrus, loads. I could mention loads. There's 4 CDs in it, it only cost me a tenner for each HMV, and it's 4 CDs, and it's really cool, and it's music that they play in gay nightclubs, but also play in normal clubs, and songs that a lot of people are into, dancey songs. Yeah, I love it. The Weather Girls and everything. No, a lot of sort of camp stuff in that as well, but a lot of good songs by new artists. But anyway, apart from that, what was going to be to say? Tried to get in touch with David. I've been phoning him most of the day, but I can't get a hold of him again. His phone is on, I don't know what he's done, but it's on dring, and then it goes off. And he does this, and it really fucking annoys me. Sorry for swearing, but there's a lot worse things now. I've started swearing on my channel, I shouldn't have, but it's true. Phoning somebody and their phone's switched off. He says to me he was going to come up today and get my tablets for us, or come up at dinner time and go up to the chemist with us, but he's never as much as phoned us, so I'm annoyed at him again for doing that. I seem to be sitting about all the time waiting on him, and I hate it when he does that, because I worry about him, you know what I mean? He's meant to be my partner, even though he doesn't stay with us, but I hate waiting on people on the kind of phone and say, oh, I'm not going to come up. And if he does, you'll get this message. Well, you'll see this video. Well, hopefully he sees it unless something's happened to him. But your husband doing this a lot, and then I've been going down to his house, and then when I go down, he says, what you wanting? And then I come down because I was worried. Then I end up going away in a bad mood, you know, because he's fell out with his best saying, what you wanting? When I go down worried about him. So I think to myself now, it's pointless going down, you know. It's our bus fares, but I've been phoning him all day, can't get a hold of him. So I got my tablets myself, took Skittles is sleeping, see him? Skittles is sleeping, so I went away and got my tablets this afternoon and bought some food for Farm Foods. Come home, listening to music on the jukebox, and then I decided to get a couple of cans of beer because I didn't have any drink in the house. I had 2 cans, and I thought I'll go down to the shop. No doubt the neighbours were watching as usual, they'll watch everything. And I come back with that, so I'm drinking this Tajski, which is nice. It's a nice lager, and it's Polish. So that's quite good. So I'm drinking that, put it in my glass on the table to be a little bit posh. I don't want to be a pig or an animal. Wouldn't want to upset anybody, would we? Hint, hint, hint. That's a joke, that ain't, is it? No, that's a joke and a half. I'll drink it any way I want. I'll drink it. If it was in a bottle, I would drink it by the neck. If it was in a can, I would drink it out the can. But I decided to put it in a glass, so I'll drink it out the glass and try and be a little bit posh and proper, as they won't get upset, will they? Doesn't matter what way it goes down. It goes down your bloody throat. It's a drink. Can, bottle, glass. Doesn't matter what way you drink it. But yeah, that was that. So yeah, I'm listening to music, and I just thought I'd say a quick hi. It is Thursday night. It's been really, really cold, but I've been wearing this tracksuit all day, and it's quite a warm tracksuit. I had my stove on earlier on. I've got this stove, don't I? Can you see it? That's my stove. I had it on earlier on for a bit, but I really didn't need it on. I'm just going to waste electricity. I've got my jukebox on, I've got my lights on, my LEDs that hang from the ceiling, I've got another light on. I really didn't need all that on. I'm sort of wasting electricity. If David was here, David would be sitting with that candle that I've got on the table. That's that. So which reminds me, I'm going to have to buy more candles. Right, I'm going to get going. I'm going to chill out. I thought I was actually thinking about taking the dog out tomorrow. I've never really took him out. I thought about just going out to a bar. I know there's a couple of bars in Dundee that accept dogs, and it's really just to get out of the house. I usually just take him for a walk. I took him for a walk today, but he's been sleeping. That's the only thing. If I take him away down to a bar that I could get in with him, he might just want to go home and start moaning. So I'm not too sure. He's 10.5-year-old, but when I got him, I got told the guy that had him never took him out because he was working, and that was the reason he got rid of him. He's meant to have had 2 dogs. It says, the guy had 2 dogs, and he had a parrot, and he had cats. And I'm going to myself, right. And they also said the reason they got rid of Skittles, that's Skittles, the dog, is because he was away to work on the boats, offshore or something, or a fisherman, I don't know what it was. He come from a place called Arbroath, Skittles. That was his name when I got him, Skittles, so I held into that name. Didn't want to change his name because he's 10-year-old, you know. But they said he had been left in the house and that. But he looked fit. He looked really fit. I think he's just thin. I don't think he's really that fit. He does jump a bit a lot though. He's hyper. But the only thing is, staffies are like that, you know. Staffy dogs are like that. With me rescuing staffies over the years, you know, it's a breed. Staffies is a breed that I know. And us staffies are like that. They'll run a bit for ages, and then the next minute they'll just go and they'll snore, and they get like a bit, they don't get aggressive, but they don't like getting woke up. They'll moan at you, because staffies sort of speak compared to dogs. Not like, they didn't actually say like, I want my dinner, but they sort of like, the way they talk, you know, they've got a funny, if you Google it, if you look at like staffies talking, then you might understand what I mean. And then they're a dog that you could understand what they want, really. They're really intelligent. Staffies are really, really intelligent. I'm not just saying that because that's what I've got. Because before I had staffies, I used to have border collies, you know. And border collies, God, they want a lot of exercise, and they're quite hard to train sometimes. I had one border collie there before I got my staffy. The last one I had was Zach, and I got him for my 40th birthday. And I only had him 5 years, and I used to take him out every morning, and I used to go away, sometimes with my mountain bike, and he used to follow me on the mountain bike, and we used to go around the woods, which are just over the road, and we were out all day. See, when I got home, he'd want in the back garden to run a bit, but his name was Zach, and I got him for my friend, who sadly passed away with cancer, and her name was Carol, and she died a few years ago. I miss Carol. And she gave me one of her puppies, which was a border collie, and I called him Zach. And that was for my 40th birthday, but I only had him 5 years. David loved him to bits. And what happened was he had an infection in his ear, and it was growing down, the side of the neck. So we took him to the vet and ended up cutting a bit of his ear off, to get rid of this tumour. But little did we know he still had it. And I could remember him going up to the vet. I took him to the vet and they said, "Oh, you'll be alright, just make sure he's okay when he goes home, rest." So he was resting. The following day we took him for a walk, got back, he was in the garden and he keeled over on his side, and I rushed him to the vets. I said, well, it wasn't me that rushed him, David took him. I said, he's going to take the dog to the vet, and David took him. Well, both we took him actually, we both took him, and then I got a phone call, and they were saying, they asked, can we open him up? As in, like, sorry for being a bit graphic, can we open him up? They said on the phone. They went, what is it? They says, well, he's got cancer, we can maybe get it out, but we need to open up to make sure. So they had to open him up. He was all opened up. And I phoned us back and they said, it's everywhere. I says, but he's only 5 year old, I couldn't understand, I says, he's always been fit, he ran a bit, and they says, well, I think the best thing to do is put him to sleep. I just handed the phone over. I says, here's my partner, David, and David went, I'll come down to see him. They went, he's sedated, and like, he'll know, he'll know, he's been opened up and he'll know you're there. Well, he might hear you a bit, but David went, Jenny broke his heart. David was great. I was in tears. But I'm always in tears when I lost my dogs. But I think what it was because Zach was so young, 5 year old, and he was so fit. And then just one minute and this is the thing, this is just like, even like we people, like we always think we're going to be here forever, but we should always be kind to one another, because you never know what's around the corner the next day. I lost my partner Ian, and I was a right cheeky bastard to him, my first partner Ian, and I lost him he was only 27 when he died. I mentioned that in another video, and I wish I hadn't been, but you never know what's around the corner, and it's not worth being nasty all the time to people, unless they deserve it, of course. But yeah, does that make any sense? Probably not. It's just Murdo talking as usual. Right, I'm going to go. Skittles is sleeping, and I will see you soon. It's bye for just now, and thank you for dropping to the channel. Also want to thank, I got a message here, I'm getting messages from Yorkshire lad. Do you know this? He done a funny thing that the day, I think it was the day, he done a video, and he done Rainbow, the series Rainbow. If you don't know what Rainbow is, give it a Google. Children's programme Rainbow, and he done Zippy and George, and I never thought, see when I listened to it, when he was doing it, he was going, oh, Zippy and George, and I thought, he's really good at that. So, fantastic, man, fantastic. Yorkshire lad. So this we mention, know that he needs it. He does game and videos, reviews and things, and he's a good lad. Yorkshire lad is a good lad, I think. So there you go, a wee plug. He doesn't need it, he's got a lot of subs, but every we mention probably counts, I suppose. Right, I'm going to get going. I'll see you later. Have a super night. I'm going to drink my Thai ski. Skittles is relaxed on the sofa, so I can maybe sit up for a while. And hear him. You heard me there. It says, I can maybe sit up for a wee while, and he went like that. Skittles went like that. As if to say, no, get to fucking bed. Yeah. Intelligent or what, Yeah, we're talking about you, Skittles. Right, I'll get going. Thank you if you've subscribed to my channel, it means a lot to us. If you haven't, could you maybe press the button, if that's what they call it. I'm not sure what they call it on YouTube, but every subscriber means a lot to me. But if you've subscribed, I want to thank you for coming in to see Murdo, who is bipolar and is borderline depression, and who is coming up for 57-year-old in November. But who cares? I'll try to be as young as I can be. Getting my teeth sorted next week. Be able to smile. Going to take them out first, though. I'll be like that. I'll be like an old redneck with no teeth. I'm not insulting any rednecks there, but I'll be like that. Gummy. And then I'll get my false teeth put in. And I'll be like something for the series that only wears Essex. We are the big enamels, smiling away all the time. Be like Ryland Clark with the teeth. Or I'll be like bloody Shergar, the horse. Sorry, you don't know what that is. You're going to hit a Google it. Sorry. But I'll get going. See you later. Have a super, super night, as I says. Bye from Murdo. Gibber, gibber, gibber. I need to go. I never know when to go. I'll have to go now. Take care. Night, night. Love yous. Bye.